Hi everyone! For today's lesson, we're gonna tackle about the globalization of religion. But first, the lesson objectives are: revisit concept of religion. Second, explain how globalization affects religious practices and beliefs. And third, analyze the relationship between religion and global conflict, and conversely, global peace.
To begin with our topic, what is religion? It is a unified system of beliefs and practice related to faith, the sacred, higher and moral values. Religion as a subject of social inquiry is an interesting, colorful, and complex fit altogether. Scholarly views on the meaning of religion, paired with people's subjective interpretation of their religious experience and commitments, are worthy foci of discussions. Religions have been diversely defined both academically by theories in the field of social sciences and subjectively by people who engage in it. Karen Field iterated the sociologist's definitions of religion. In 2010, Pew Research Centers reveals that there are more than 7 billion people in the world today, and almost 84% of these people identify themselves as a part of a religious group. Imagine that we already have different religions as of now, such as Christians, Muslims, Hindus, or Buddhists, respectively. It is a unified system of beliefs and practices relative to sacred things, that is to say, things set apart and forbidden, beliefs and practices which unite into one single moral community, called a church, all those who adhere to them. Field continue explaining the three essential elements of this definition. First, religion is defined as an observable phenomenon, which can be studied objectively. Second, it is construed as an organized and ordered system. Third, the sacredness of religious entities is collectively constructed in a social process toward a united moral community. On the other hand, Kenneth Parent defined religion as a process, a search for significance in ways related to sacred, distinguishing it from spirituality, which is a search for a sacred. Notwithstanding this scholarly construction of what religion is, people tend to have their own private and personal views of what is religion. Some affiliate with the religion because of affiliation motivation. Religion serves as an indicator of social proximity and thus provide a platform for social connection. Others affiliate with a religion as a form of coping with stressful situations, what Pargament would refer to as religious coping. Religion here provides some form of psychological shield that enables people to battle against the undesirable outcomes of their life challenges. There are also those who relate with religion as a spiritual experience, an outcome of the experience of the mystical and the divine, and a celebration of their spirituality. And yet again, some look at it as a mechanism promoting self-control and moral behaviors. Having articulated the meanings that people attach to religion and religious experience, the question we ask now is this: in the time when rapid and widespread globalization of economic, political, and cultural information and process, where does religion lie in the greater scheme of things? Victor Raudanatov started pointing out the rift between the study of religion and social sciences. He further underscored how the focus of social sciences in the past century was secularization, the hypothesized demise of religion and its value in societies manifested, for instance, in the separation of the church and state. Secularization, diminishing role of religion in the society. Victor Raudanatov starting pointing out the rift between the study of religion and social sciences. He further underscored how the focus of social sciences in the past century was secularization, the hypothesized demise of the religion and its value in societies manifested, for instance, in the separation of the church and state, the removal of religion from the government or politics. Secularization hypothesis suggesting that the demise of religion will happen alongside the rise of modernization. Victor Raudamatov started pointing out the rift between the study of religion and social sciences. He further underscored how the focus of social sciences in the past century was secularization, the hypothesized demise of religion and its value in societies manifested, for instance, in the separation of the church and state.
Religious pluralism and tolerance. When a group or society, religious, non-religious, group or tribe, refuses or denies to tolerate the practice, person, or belief on religious grounds. Cultural pluralism is referred to as the larger society's norms. Example of cultural pluralism: the United States covers and controls defined areas of North America and certain overseas lands. The United Kingdom covers and controls the Isle of Britain and Northern Ireland. Kenya and Uganda cover and control defined areas in Africa, and each nation states respectively includes all of the people who live within those borders. Religious tolerance of all religions is crucial for promoting community peace. Religious fundamentalism, a critical issue on religion which emerged in the contemporary world, is the debate on religious fundamentalism. Altamir and Hansberger defined religious fundamentalism that this essential truth is fundamentally opposed by the forces of evil which must be vigorously fought, that this truth must be followed today according to the fundamental, unchangeable practice of the past, and that those who believe and follow these fundamental teachings have a special relationship with the deity. There are varying opinions as to religious fundamentalism. Some studies have established that it relates to cognitive and affective processes that influence behavior. Other studies, on the other hand, have shown that it is linked to some form of conflict and hostility towards people of different belief systems. Yilmaz opined that religious fundamentalism manifests in two ways: non-violent intolerance, extreme identification with a particular religion. An example of non-violent intolerance can be considered discrimination based on religion. The second one is violent intolerance, direct use of physical violence in pursuing subjectively defined religious mission. Violent intolerance spans the intimidation, harassment, and interment. Another phenomenon that matters in analyzing religion trends in the age of globalization is referred to as globalization of religion. Universal religion is thematized alongside local particularity. This is linked with deterritorialization, the flow of religious traditions in areas where these traditions are unfamiliar or unpopular, paving way for the emergence of transnational religions. The first one is vernacularization, is a sacred practice that remains to be tied to a particular sacred language, linking religious universalism with vernacular language. Example is Arabic to Islam. One is indigenization. Religious practices are blended with indigenous practices, linking religious universalism with local particularism. Example is African traditional forms meet Christianity. Third one is the nationalization, an emergence of local religions tied with universal religions, linking universal religion and local national particularism. The example is Church of England. The last one is transnationalization, an allegiance to the global religious community, an absorption of a universal religion into one's own culture, naturalization of religion. The example is white Anglo-Saxon Protestant among Americans. Thank you.